Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Slime Rancher. In the last episode, we finally convinced Ogden to give us the keys to his ranch. And now that Mochi's Megabucks update is finally ready to play, we're going to be able to do some work for her as well. I believe we just need to complete one of her requests at the range exchange machine, and then she should be ready to give us a clue as to the whereabouts of her new place. So I haven't seen too much information about what's in store for us, but I do know that there's a new type of slime that we're going to meet, and based on the screenshots that I've seen of this new part of the world, it looks absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to explore it with you guys. So let's go ahead and drop off all of these lovely plorts so Mochi can do what she will with them. And get a whole bunch of new chickens in the process too. Excellent. We could always use more chickens. It seems like we never really have enough to give to all of our little tabby slimes. We'll go ahead and throw the roostros straight in for you guys, and then fill up your auto feeder, because I'm not sure how long we're going to be gone. If we know Mochi, we know that she has a lot of work in store for us. So let's see what letter she sent us. And I believe we also have our letter from Hobson too. We'll have to read that before we go. The other ranchers won't shut up about you, and it's starting to get annoying. Oh, thanks, Mochi. Great way to open up a letter. So let's see what all the fuss is about. I'd like to talk business with you. So I went ahead and activated a spare teleporter in that horrible cave you call a ranch expansion. Oh, our grotto? How rude of you, Mochi! That place is absolutely beautiful. The teleporter will take you to my estate. I have others too, where we can work out the details. Don't keep me waiting. See you there, Square, from Mochi Miles, the top rancher. Well, at least we know where her teleporter is. But let's read Hobson's letter first, just in case he has a job for us too. Hello, Beatrix. I just wanted to say thanks for taking care of the old ranch. I know I left it in a bit of a sorry state, and from what I hear, it's looking mighty fine these days. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy knowing that it's in such good hands. As a little thank you, I've activated 3 secret vaults that I built years ago to stash a small fortune of mine. I had always planned on using it as walking around money in the great beyond, but I ain't needin' for that no more. But you know me, I like a good adventure. I'm not telling where the vaults are located. Go explore. Oh, very, very interesting. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for any special little vaults. And now we can go visit Mochi's Manor. Mochi Miles has offered you a job working at her manor. Enter the teleporter in the grotto to learn more. So they're showing us exactly where it is this time. I believe for Ogden we had to find that place ourselves. But here's our brand new teleporter, and you can already see that the environment around this area seems to be quite different from what we're used to. Unequivocally, the most amazing place on the far, far range. Oh my gosh, it certainly is. You know what this place reminds me of? It reminds me of the Highlands in Cattails, where Finch is currently making his name. But it looks like Mochi has already staked her claim on this place. So is this where we're meant to go? Oh my gosh, it's even more beautiful up here. Yeah, this is one of the machines that we had at Ogden's retreat, so this must be where we can talk to Mochi herself. So you finally decided to show up. Since we're already running short on time, I'll get right to it. You're standing in one of my many estates at the edge of the Nimble Valley, which is the only known home to the very rare Quicksilver Slimes. And everything you see here is my property, which means that I alone profit from all the Quicksilver plorts that the Nimble Valley produces. Brilliant, I know. Harvesting Quicksilver plorts is very difficult, and only highly skilled pro ranchers like myself can manage it. But I'm extremely busy, since I've got a ranch to manage and a ton of the Miles Tech business back on Earth to run. Not the slightest bit humble about all of her success, but we would expect nothing less from Mochi. So I need you to get in there and do it for me. Naturally, you'll be compensated. We want you to be a happy little worker bee after all. Now pay attention, because I don't like to repeat myself. First, you'll notice that I've augmented that junker of a vacpack you have with some cutting-edge Miles tech. This never leaves the valleys, so don't get excited. Oh, I didn't actually notice. Did she change our little vacpack? It sounds like it goes away once we leave, though. This augment will activate using patented Miles tech anytime you try to enter the Nimble Valley. It'll swap out of your vac tanks too, but don't worry, you won't lose the junk you had in there. Next, take the teleporter to the Nimble Valley and get to work collecting Quicksilver plorts. I'll explain things once you get there, but let me give you a quick rundown. The Quicksilver Slimes in the Nimble Valley lie dormant until you activate the generator to send out a pulse and get them moving. But this generator only works for so long, and then it needs to recharge. Quicksilver Slimes eat electricity, and since they're super fast, the only way to get it to them is to blast them with a tasty spark shot from your vacpack. Slimes that run on electricity. This is going to be quite the job, isn't it? You're kind of downplaying this, aren't you, Mochi? But don't worry about actually collecting the plorts. I've got the valley rigged with Miles tech that will collect them for you. After the generator shuts down, head back and deposit the Quicksilver plorts here, and I'll be sure you get paid. Money talks, so for every 10 Quicksilver plorts you deposit, I'll give you a cut of the profits. Collect enough of them for me, and I'll even give you a bigger reward. We'll start with what I call Mochi's Extra Mile, which is my sometimes giving you the inside scoop on a more lucrative plort price. Just don't count on it all the time, we're not friends. Now get out there and collect some Quicksilver plorts for me. And if you're feeling like you really know how to shake it, try the other teleporter to an even trickier part of the valley. Or don't, because, it would be hopeless. Later, tater. All things considered, I do kind of like Mochi. She might seem a bit hard to get along with at first, but I think we're going to crack past her shell. So, do we go down here to start our adventure? And maybe that teleporter up there is the trickier part of the valley? Yeah, we better stick with the easy one for now. Welcome to the Nimble Valley. Now start the generator and get those Quicksilver Slimes moving. Get to work. A nice place to visit if Mochi ever lets you. Alright, so this must be the generator right here. Oh my gosh, we're counting down already. Okay, are the Quicksilver Slimes just going to be like popping out of the walls somewhere? Oh, there they are! Oh my gosh, they are so fast. I think I'm missing something though because we don't have any energy to spare them. Maybe we have to run through those? There we go. Feed a spark shot to the Quicksilver Slimes. Yeah, I think we managed to get one of the plorts from them, and it looks like they're sparking now too. But unfortunately, we did lose track of all of the other Quicksilver Slimes. Most of them are way ahead of us now. We'll just have to remember that for next time. We have to run through all of these relay rings, as well as the stations to pick up the energy. It's kind of like a race, I guess. We're trying to pick up as many plorts as we can before the generator powers down. I guess we're doing pretty good for our first try, but it looks like there may have actually been some water down there, so we'll have to try to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, if we line this up just right, we might be able to shoot them from a distance, but honestly, it is much easier when you're traveling with the pack. Oh, that one was different. Energy boost stations, thunderclap. Oh, can we hit a whole bunch with those? Yeah, looks like that's a larger attack. Oh, I think time might be up now. Okay, it looks like the generator did finally power off. Well, that was a little bit hectic. I could not read all of those things on the side of the screen while we were trying to chase after the Quicksilver Slimes. But I mean, this place is pretty gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. I wouldn't mind exploring a little bit more without the slimes rushing around our feet. I wonder if there are any little treasure pods that we could gather in this area? We'll have to try to take the high route like usual. It's interesting to note that we still have all of our electricity stored inside our vacpack too. Mochi did say that this stuff isn't going to disappear, so even if we do leave this area, we should be able to use it again in the future. But yeah, the generator needs a good long time to recharge all of its energy, so I suppose that means that our first little adventure with the Quicksilver Slimes is over. And we did manage to gain 36 of these plorts for it. So how many do we need? 150 to get our very first reward with Mochi. Alright, so we might as well just send all of them in. I wonder if we'll be able to use the second generator? If this area is the trickier place to play. Yeah, it does look like we could use this generator too. And now that we actually know what we're doing, to some extent at least, maybe we'll have more luck? Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a go. We have to find our first little energy pod to pick up, and then as soon as we see those Quicksilver Slimes, we can get to work collecting all of those plorts. It's nice that we don't have to worry about truly collecting them ourselves. As long as we actually hit the slimes, then we're golden. This generator actually lasts a pretty long time too. It looks like we have over a minute to spare. So this might be the best way for us to gather up as many plorts as possible. And it looked like one of those little Quicksilver Slimes went jumping straight through our energy pods. Unfortunately, they didn't give us any extra plorts for it though. They seem to be making the same sounds as like the puddle slimes and the fire slimes too. I guess we're not going to be able to take care of them on our ranch, because Mochi made it pretty clear that she's the only one who can farm these Quicksilver Slimes. It would be awfully hard to pin them down if they were on the far range, so I guess I can understand why. Like, where would you even put Quicksilver Slimes? It's not like they would stay put inside a pond or one of the incinerators. They would need a nice big space to run around in. So, despite Mochi's business methods, I guess she's actually doing the Quicksilver Slimes a favor. They do seem to be quite happy here, and they get all of these lovely free meals while they run. Oh, that static clinger looks like it might be new. I don't think we've used this one before. Does it suck them in, maybe? It doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. Oh, there we go. Yeah, since we landed it on that Quicksilver Slime in the front, it seemed like they had some sort of aura around them. So maybe that would cause the rest of the Quicksilver Slimes to get charged? I don't know, there are still a lot of mysterious mechanics mixed in here. But I think I might actually see a treasure pod. You can just barely see that little sphere in the distance. Let's see if I'm right. I think that is a treasure pod. It looks like it might be a blue one. So once we gain a little bit of our energy back, let's see if we can reach that high shelf right underneath the tree. Hopefully our jetpack is going to be strong enough. There we go. Alright, so there are little treasures hidden around the Nimble Valley. Maybe this will be a decoration? Yes, the Nimble Needle Tree. The needles that compose these trees are so fine that they feel like strands of silk. Oh, so that'll be just like this tree right overhead? All of these lovely pine trees around the highlands. Yeah, we will definitely have to try to make a few of those and spread them around our far range. You know, that would have actually been perfect for the Wiggly Wonderland. This would have made the perfect Christmas tree. And I wonder if maybe this is going to be this floating rock thing that this treasure pod is underneath. Let's see. A small magnetic core array. A small sample of the strange magnetic rocks found around the Nimble Valley. Alright, just what I was hoping for. So let's see if we can go drop all of the plorts off with Mochi, and then we'll figure out how many more we need to get that very first reward. If we can find the exit anyway, wherever that generator was, it has to be around here somewhere. Let's see, I think that might be it in front of us. Yeah, now I see the teleporter that we were looking for. So this one needs about the same amount of time to recharge, it looks like. So we might be able to go one more round if we need the extra plorts. We're up to 89 plorts so far, so a couple more races ought to seal the deal. And while we wait for the generator to recharge, let's just poke our noses around this land too. Oh, do you think we can get up to those islands? I wonder if that's where more of the treasure pods would be hiding. It looks like, oh dear, it looks like maybe we weren't supposed to go over here. We are just barely hanging onto this cliff. But I think straight ahead is a place that we can unlock. It looks mighty similar to Ogden's Wild Retreat. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be one of Mochi's rewards in the future. I do believe there was an area that was blocked off toward the beginning. Yeah, right over here. Oh yeah, there's tons of places that we can build new corrals maybe, new gardens, new storage areas. I'm looking forward to checking that place out some more. But let's see if the generator is hopefully recharged. Oh, we just have a few more seconds to wait. Okay, so round number 2 for race number 1. Let's go snatch up some of that energy and try again. Yeah, it is definitely much easier when you're actually running with the pack. Though it does seem like the Quicksilver Slimes can actually hurt you, so we'll have to keep that in mind as well. We don't want to get too close. I suppose you can understand why. They are moving very fast. And with those electric charges coursing through their slimy little bodies, colliding with a Quicksilver Slime can't be a very comfortable experience. Oh, this one is a slow field? Oh, we'd be able to slow them down with the giant bubbles. Oh my gosh. And it looks like it kind of sticks with them too, even after they leave the bubble's radius. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we could shoot it straight ahead of us if we find a good spot to do so. That way we know we'll be able to catch up to all of those pesky Quicksilver Slimes. That was a terrible spot to put the bubble, but we're learning. Just a few more seconds. Can we get some of the last plorts here? Oh, only 28 plorts that time. We actually did a better job last time, but I guess you can't win them all. So I think what I'll do to gather up the last of those little Quicksilver plorts is I'll jump straight into the next race over here. I'll have to wait just a little bit longer for the generator to recharge. But as soon as I have the plorts that we need to get our first reward, I'll see you guys back at Mochi's Manor. Alright, and with that race, I think we should have more than enough plorts to hopefully impress Mochi to give us our first reward. Oh my goodness, don't lose those. Oh, thank goodness she has so many walls up here. That would be a disaster if we let her precious plorts go flying down the drain. Well, heck, I didn't think you'd actually manage to collect enough plorts to get the first reward, but a deal is a deal. You're now one of the only people in the entire universe to be getting the inside track on plort sales. I call it Mochi's Extra Mile. My Extra Mile will give you double new bucks for plort deposits at the market. But don't get too excited. It won't happen all the time. I'm not that generous. See, that's the thing, Beatrix. You have got to learn to fend for yourself out here. Once you're on the far range, no one back home can help you out, even if they wanted to. At least, that's what I think. That's got to be the reason no one ever answers. I mean, it's just so far away, right? Oh, do you think she's talking about her family? Well, who asked you anyway? Don't you understand how busy my dad is running one of the biggest tech companies in the entire galaxy? What do you know anyway? Oh, she's starting to crack, guys. Enough of that. Let's get back to why you're here, to work. Here's the deal. Keep collecting those Quicksilver plorts and I'll keep paying you. And if you collect enough, the next reward I'll give you will be my secret tech for maximizing chicken production, the deluxe coop. Oh my gosh, we need that, so get to work. Yep, I desperately need the deluxe coop for our adorable little chickens. Oh, that'll be perfect too, because we do need so many chickens, of course. So very many chickens for all of the tabby slimes in our ranch. Maybe that would explain why she gave us all of those chickens at the start. If she does have a way to help her chickens grow nice and strong, and very fast too, then that would explain why she has so many chickens to spare. But I guess in the next episode, it'll be back to the races to see if we can unlock yet another reward. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!